Did you know your biceps only make up about a third of your arm size? Yet they're the reason every mirror check starts with a flex. Everyone's chasing that sleeve stretching peak, the kind that makes even a plain t-shirt look like armor. But here's the truth. Most people are doing the wrong movements. They swing through the reps, chase the pump, and wonder why their arms never grow past kinda decent. So today, we're ranking the most popular biceps exercises from best to worst using this tier list. S will be the GOAT section, the best of the best. And D tier will be the trash section. We'll use updated biomechanics, new hypertrophy research, and real gym floor experience to separate the mass builders from the wrist destroyers. Let's see which biceps moves actually build size, and which ones belong in the trash bin. We'll start with the standing dumbbell curl, the move everyone's done, but few actually master. The setup's simple, the motion feels natural, and it teaches you how to control real tension. When you do it right, elbows pinned, wrists supinating through the curl, you activate both the short and long heads of the biceps for balance development. But here's the catch. Most lifters turn it into a shoulder swing. The negative phase gets rushed, and all that tension leaks out. When you slow it down and actually fight gravity, this exercise becomes one of the most fundamental builders in your arsenal. Still, it doesn't hit the deep stretch or constant tension that the top tier exercises do. That's why it sits firmly in A tier. Reliable, timeless, and foundational, but not the absolute king. Now, the incline dumbbell curl. This one's a biomechanical masterpiece. Sitting back on an incline bench with your arms behind your body changes everything. It fully lengthens the biceps under load, and research keeps showing that muscles grow best when they're trained in this stretched position. Every rep hits differently. That deep pull you feel at the bottom? That's mechanical tension doing its job. You can't swing, you can't cheat, you can only grow. Keep your shoulders back, let the stretch bite, and move with control. It's a humbling lift. Lightweights feel heavy fast, but the results are undeniable. This one's S tier without question. Full stretch, constant tension, and perfect alignment for growth. When people talk about sleeve-splitting curls, they're talking about this. Dumbbell hammer curls, though, these play a different role. They're not the biceps' best friend, but they're the reason your arms look thick and dense from every angle. The neutral grip shifts emphasis to the brachialis and the brachioradialis, the muscles beneath and around the biceps. That's what gives your arms width and density. The movement's great for building functional strength and forearm stability, but because the biceps aren't the prime mover, it ranks slightly lower. A must-have for balanced arms, but not for the pure peak chasers. That's a confident B tier. Now, the rope cable hammer curl. This is what happens when smart training meets great mechanics. By adding cables, you fix the main weakness of dumbbells, inconsistent tension. The cables keep your biceps and brachialis firing from start to finish, while the rope attachment gives your wrists natural movement freedom. It's smooth, controlled, and perfect for overload without pain. If the dumbbell version is strength training, this is sculpting. This one climbs up to A tier, efficient, joint-friendly, and brutally effective for both heads of the arm. The barbell curl, the classic ego lift that's earned its place in every gym on earth. But when done right, it's more than ego, it's power. Heavy barbell curls overload the biceps like no other isolation move. The key? Keep your torso still and elbows locked. The moment your hips start swinging, you're training your lower back, not your arms. Use an easy bar if you want your wrists to thank you later. It keeps them in a neutral, stress-free angle while maintaining the same overload. That combination of strength, simplicity, and scalability puts this firmly in A tier. Then there's the close grip easy bar curl, one of the most underrated tweaks you can make. By narrowing your grip, you shift the focus toward the long head of the biceps, giving that taller, fuller look everyone wants. It's easy to load, comfortable on the joints, and perfect for heavy controlled reps. You'll feel the contraction hit differently, and that's the point. Small change, massive payoff. Another A tier builder. Now we hit the reverse curl. Misunderstood, but important. The pronated grip moves emphasis from the biceps to the forearms and brachialis, which builds density and grip strength, but not that eye-catching front peak. Still, neglecting these muscles leads to imbalance and joint instability, so reverse curls earn their keep as accessory work. Just don't expect them to transform your biceps. C tier. Useful, but not essential. Then we have the Bayesian curl. pure science in motion. When you stand slightly forward with the cable set behind you, your arm starts in a stretched position. That lengthened tension lights up the long head of the biceps and keeps it engaged through every inch of the lift. There's no easy zone. The muscle's under stress the entire time. This move's all about control and precision. The more disciplined your form, the bigger your payoff. Every lifter who's tried these knows. It feels different and it delivers different. That's why it's a clear S tier. Next up, the crucifix curl, the unsung hero of arm aesthetics. Cables from both sides create constant tension across the short head of the biceps, building that round front-facing look. It's an isolation move done with intensity. No swinging, no leaning, just pure control. The pump is almost uncomfortable when you hit it right. It's clean, stable, and joint safe, earning it a top A-tier spot. And then there's the preacher curl, a movement so iconic it practically defines arm isolation. The bench locks your shoulders in place, forcing the biceps to do every ounce of work. That deep stretch at the bottom, followed by a full contraction at the top, is mechanical tension perfection. The dumbbell version is the gold standard. You can train each arm individually, fix imbalances, and connect deeply with the muscle. That's pure S tier. The Easy Bar and machine versions don't fall far behind, safer for volume and easier to overload, so they stay in high A tier. Bodyweight deserves its credit too. The Australian chin-up is an excellent starting point for people training with minimal gear. It delivers a surprising pump, reinforces elbow stability, and teaches body control. But once you can crank out 20 perfect reps, the progressive overload stops. It shifts from hypertrophy to endurance. Great for beginners, great for variety. B tier for sure. Now, the chin-up itself, the ultimate compound arm builder. With an underhand grip, you're not just training your back. Your biceps are doing a ton of the work, especially in the bottom half of the rep. Add weight, control the descent, and this becomes one of the most powerful overall upper body developers out there. It's not isolation, but it's one of the most functional biceps builders in existence. Strong A tier. And then there's the biceps push-up, the viral hack that promises miracles. Here's the truth. It barely trains your biceps. The pressing motion still favors your chest and triceps, leaving your biceps as passive stabilizers. It's awkward, inefficient, and potentially hard on the shoulders. It might look unique, but it won't build size. Straight to D tier. Back to the opposite end, the straight bar cable curl. This is biomechanics done right. The resistance stays constant across the entire range, unlike free weights where gravity robs you halfway up. You can go heavy, light, slow, or fast. It all hits perfectly. It's joint-friendly, versatile, and brutally effective for both heads of the biceps. That's why it lives permanently in S tier. You'll feel this one deep in the muscle from the first rep to the last. If this breakdown's helping you rethink your arm training, hit that like button. It tells me to keep ranking every muscle group and helps the channel grow. Let's talk about the Zottman curl, the ultimate 2-for-1. You curl up supinated to target the biceps, then rotate and lower pronated to smash the forearms. It builds strength, grip, and balanced arms. The only downside? During the lowering phase, biceps tension drops slightly, so it's not your main hypertrophy tool. Still, it's a strong B-tier finisher, functional and efficient. The waiter curl, though, looks better on paper than it feels in practice. Sure, it targets the short head, but the limited range and awkward setup make it hard to load properly. You'll get a pump, but it fades as fast as it comes. Keep it for variety days or burnout sets, but it's not a core movement. Solid C tier. The spider curl, the purest isolation exercise in the book. Lying chest down removes every possible cheat. The biceps carry the full load through the entire range, keeping tension constant from bottom to top. You feel every fiber working. Lightweight, strict form, maximum intensity. This is one of those movements that humbles you and rewards you at the same time. It's pure S tier, and it deserves the final word. If this helped, wait till you see the next video. It's right there, and it's even better.